But today I have to finish the whole subject in 2 hours. So I have to be very brief. But those of you who know Urdu, can understand Urdu, they can get those 6 tapes so that they can find more details. Here I can only give you an overview, a brief account. You know, you can put in more details yourself, inshallah. Let me quote here 4 verses, 4 ayat from the last portion, last section of Surah Maryam. And you just appreciate, try to understand the wrath of Allah, the ghadab of Allah, the anger of Allah, which appears in the Quran regarding this form of shirk. وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ الرَّحْمَنُ وَلَدًا. And they say that Rahman has adopted a son. لَقَدْ جِئْتُمْ شَيْئًا إِدًّا. You have brought and you have concocted a very absurd idea, a very ugly idea. تَكَادُ السَّمَاوَاتُ يَتَفَطَّرْنَ مِنْهُ وَتَنْشَقُّ الْأَرْضُ وَتَخِرُّ الْجِبَالُ هَدًّا أَنْ دَعَوْا لِلرَّحْمَنِ وَلَدًا. This is such a big crime in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is such a big insult to the person of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the skies and heavens, they split and crack, and the earth also splits on it, and the mountains may fall and crumble down. Anda'u lirrahmani walada, that these people are calling that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has some son or daughter. Walad, you know, goes both ways. So, وَمَا يَنْبَغِي لِلرَّحْمَنِ أَنْ يَتَّخِذَ وَلَدًا. It doesn't behove Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he should have any son or daughter. Why? Please understand this point. Only those things or beings need daughters or sons who know they are going to die. We know we shall die. We want that we shall not remain, but our name should continue. And our name will continue through our sons. Because actually it's a continuation of the personality. It's a continuation of my own personality. My sons, then sons of my sons. It's actually a continuation of my own self. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to die. There's not going to be any end for him. He doesn't need any son or daughter. وَمَا يَنْبَغِي لِلرَّحْمَنِ أَنْ يَتَّخِذَ وَلَدًا. He's above all these things. That is why it is an insult to him. And then, as I told you, son is just equal to the father. He is the same as father. Son of a donkey is a donkey. Son of a horse is a horse. Son of a man is a man. So this is the biggest form of making anybody equal to the person to whom you are saying that he is the son of him. So this is the worst form of shirk. And you know what's the position of Surah Al-Ikhlas in the Quran? Rub'ul Quran, Sulusul Quran. The Prophet said it's equal to 1/3 of Quran. Why? Because the most comprehensive surah repudiating this sort of shirk. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. Because the son is kufr. Let me make it more simple. Son of a Sayyid is a Sayyid. Son of a Mughal is a Mughal. Son of a Rajput is a Rajput. So that way you make him absolutely equal. This is what we call kufr. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. There is no kufr for him. There is nobody equal to him. He begot not, nor he was begotten. He didn't have any parents, nor he had any children, or sons or daughters, or any progeny. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And there is the last ayah of Surah Bani Israel. It's as comprehensive as the Surah Al-Ikhlas. قُلِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَّخِذْ وَلَدًا وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ شَرِيكٌ فِي الْمُلْكِ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ وَلِيٌّ مِّنَ الظُّلْمِ وَكَبِّرْهُ تَكْبِيرًا. In one ayah, 5 types of shirk have been denied and repudiated. But you know, in the very beginning is Lam yattakhiz walad. He didn't take anybody as his son or daughter. So this is actually the form of shirk which is the most naked, most heinous, and the ugliest shirk according to the Quran. And I told you this is the irony of fate, that those people who believe in revealed religions, who believed in revealed books, they have committed this crime, this type of shirk. Now the other form of the shirk fi zat, it appeared in those religions which have a philosophical beginning. Those who have studied the subject of comparative religion, they know there are 2 types of religion: revealed religions and philosophical religions. Because I told you in the early discussion on Iman that actually the problems and questions in philosophy and in Iman, they are common. The metaphysical questions: what is this universe? Where from has it come? Is it forever? Was it there forever, always present? Who are we? What is evil? What is good? What's knowledge? What are the sources of knowledge? What's our life? What is the psychology of man? So all these questions, they are basically common to religion and philosophy. And I told you that the answers to these questions were given through 2 sources. Philosophers, sages, thinkers, they thought about these questions. Maybe Socrates, maybe Confucius, maybe Mahavir, maybe Shankaracharya, maybe Ramanuja. All these people, they were philosophers. Plato. They have grappled with these questions, given answers to these questions, and we know them as philosophies. This is the philosophy of Socrates, this is the philosophy of Plato, this is idealism, this is realism, and so on. And the other source of the answers came from the prophets. And they claimed that they had a special source of knowledge which came to them. That is why they know these things through that source of knowledge. So the questions are common, but the mode of answering is different. So there have been religions in the world who are basically philosophical religions. Most of the Hindu religions, I am not saying religion. Hinduism is not a one religion. There are so many religions in Hinduism. Hinduism actually is a culture. In Hinduism you have shades of opinion who have, topmost tawheed. Then there are the worst mushrikeen. Then there are the atheists, don't believe in any God whatsoever. And they are all Hindus. So actually, most of the religions of Chinese origin and Indian origin, they are actually philosophical. Now this shirk fi zat in the philosophical religion has taken 2 forms. Number 1, the pantheism. All this universe is itself God. I want to explain it today. Pantheism, this denotes everything. Pantheism, everything.